Have you ever had a conversation that left you feeling drained or uneasy? Maybe you've wondered why certain people always seem to bring negativity into your life. Well, get ready, because in this video, we're going to uncover the top 10 types of people you should kick out of your life immediately. But this isn't about blame. It's about understanding and protecting your peace of mind. Imagine this. You're surrounded by people who lift you up, who inspire you to be your best self. Wouldn't that be amazing? Well, we're here to help you create that reality. By the end of this video, you'll have valuable insights and transformative advice that will empower you to build healthier, happier relationships. Now, let's dive in and explore the first type of person you should be wary of, the manipulative individual. These are the master puppeteers who know just how to twist your words and emotions to get what they want. But fear not, because we'll equip you with the tools to recognize and handle their manipulative tactics. Next up, we'll discuss the chronic criticizer and gossip monger. Those people who always have something negative to say about others or can't resist spreading rumors. Discover how to protect yourself from their toxic energy and maintain your peace of mind. Then we'll shine a light on the superficially friendly folks. They may seem warm and welcoming on the surface, but underneath, there's often a lack of depth and authenticity. Learn how to navigate these relationships with grace and discernment. And let's not forget about the disengaged listener. Have you ever poured your heart out to someone only to feel like they're not really listening? We'll share strategies to communicate effectively with these individuals and ensure your voice is heard. But that's just the beginning. Throughout this video, we'll also explore the energy vampires, constant victims, secret keepers, control freaks, drama kings and queens, opportunists, and more. Each type of person comes with its own challenges, but we'll provide you with practical tips and insights to handle them with wisdom and grace. So, get ready to embark on a journey of self-discovery and empowerment. And don't forget to hit that like button and share this video with your friends. Our goal is to reach 1,000 likes and spread this valuable wisdom far and wide. Together, we can create a world filled with trust, respect, and genuine connections. Let's get started. Lesson 1: The manipulative individual. Do you ever feel like someone's pulling strings behind your back? Imagine this. You're in a situation where things start to feel off, but you can't quite put your finger on it. Suddenly, you realize someone has been manipulating you all along. It's like being in a maze and they're the ones holding the map. Meet the manipulative individual. They're masters at twisting words and playing with emotions. They know exactly what to say to make you feel like putty in their hands. They're charming, oh so charming, but underneath that charm lies a web of deceit. Spotting a manipulative person isn't easy. They wear masks of kindness and sincerity, but behind those masks, they have their own agenda. It's like trying to see through fog. You know something's there, but you can't quite grasp it. But fear not. Buddha's wisdom can shine a light in this murky darkness. He taught us the importance of honesty and awareness. Recognizing manipulation is the first step to breaking free from its grasp. It's about being vigilant, like a guardian protecting their castle. Setting boundaries is your shield against manipulation. Just like a fence protects a garden, boundaries protect your mind and heart. Saying no when something doesn't feel right is your superpower. It's like wearing armor in battle, invincible against the manipulator's tricks. Understanding why people manipulate is key. Often, it stems from their own fears and insecurities. But knowing this doesn't excuse their behavior. It only helps us respond with compassion instead of anger. Being mindful is your secret weapon. Paying attention to the present moment allows you to see manipulation for what it truly is. It's like having a sixth sense, guiding you away from danger. But remember, communication is your ally. Speaking openly and honestly builds trust with others and strengthens your defenses against manipulation. It's like forging alliances in the battlefield of life. In a world where trust and respect are sacred, let's save them for those who truly deserve them. Don't let the manipulative individuals of the world dim your light. Stand tall, set your boundaries, and navigate life with wisdom and clarity. You've got this. Lesson 2: the chronic criticizer or gossip monger. Do you ever find yourself surrounded by people who always seem to find fault in others? Or perhaps you know someone who can't resist spreading the latest gossip. These individuals can make life feel like walking through a field of thorns. Let's delve into the world of chronic criticizers and gossip mongers and learn how to navigate through their negativity. Imagine being in a conversation where every sentence seems to be dripping with criticism. It's like walking on eggshells, afraid to say or do anything wrong. Chronic criticizers have a special talent for pinpointing flaws, whether real or imagined, in everyone they encounter. They're like detectives searching for evidence of imperfection, eager to point it out to anyone who will listen. On the other hand, gossip mongers are like storytellers spinning tales without regard for truth or consequence. They thrive on the latest scandals and rumors, eager to be the first to share juicy tidbits with anyone who will lend an ear. Their web of gossip can ensnare even the most cautious listener, leaving behind a trail of hurt feelings and damaged reputations. But why do people engage in such behavior? Often, it stems from their own insecurities or desires for attention. By tearing others down or spreading gossip, they temporarily elevate themselves, basking in the fleeting spotlight of superiority. Understanding this underlying motivation can help us respond with compassion rather than resentment. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with chronic criticizers and gossip mongers. Just as we would protect ourselves from physical harm, we must safeguard our mental and emotional well-being. This means being selective about the conversations we participate in and asserting ourselves when boundaries are crossed. However, it's essential to approach these situations with empathy. While their words may sting, chronic criticizers and gossip mongers are often grappling with their inner demons. By responding with kindness and understanding, we can disrupt the cycle of negativity and foster a culture of compassion. Being mindful of our own speech is equally important. Let's strive to uphold the principles of right speech taught by Buddha, speaking truthfully, kindly, and with the intention to help rather than harm. By modeling positive communication, we can inspire others to follow suit and create a ripple effect of positivity. Ultimately, our peace of mind is too precious to be sacrificed at the altar of gossip and criticism. Let's surround ourselves with people who lift us up rather than tear us down. And let's be the change we wish to see in the world. Together, we can transform our relationships and cultivate a community built on trust, respect, and kindness. Lesson 3: the superficially friendly. Have you ever met someone who seems to shine with friendliness on the surface, but underneath, something just doesn't feel quite right? You know, the type who smiles a lot, says all the right things, but you can't shake the feeling that it's all a facade? Well, you're not alone. Welcome to the world of the superficially friendly. Imagine meeting someone who greets you with a warm smile, but as you talk to them, you realize there's no depth to their words. It's like conversing with a hologram, pleasant but ultimately hollow. These people excel at making great first impressions, but as you spend more time with them, you start to sense that their friendliness is more about appearances than genuine connection. Think of it like biting into a shiny apple only to find it lacking in flavor. Superficial friendliness is like that. Nice to look at but leaves you wanting more. It's like they're wearing a mask, hiding their true selves behind a facade of smiles and pleasantries. But why do some people act this way? Often, it's because they're afraid of showing their vulnerabilities or getting hurt. So instead, they put on this facade of friendliness to be liked or to fit in. Understanding this doesn't excuse their behavior, but it helps us respond with compassion rather than judgment. So, how do we navigate relationships with these superficially friendly individuals? First, we need to be able to recognize the signs. They might always agree with you but never share their true thoughts or feelings. Or perhaps they're quick to shower you with compliments but disappear when you need support. Setting boundaries is essential when dealing with superficial friendships. It's about understanding that not every connection will be deep and meaningful and being okay with that. We don't have to invest our time and energy into relationships that don't fulfill us emotionally. Being mindful of our interactions can also help. When we're fully present, we can see through the facade and discern whether someone's friendliness is genuine or superficial. It's like having a sixth sense that guides us toward authentic connections. But remember, it's not just about avoiding superficial friendships. It's also about cultivating meaningful ones. Surround yourself with people who are honest, genuine, and willing to invest in a deeper connection. These are the friendships that nourish our souls and bring joy to our lives. So, the next time you encounter someone who seems superficially friendly, take a moment to pause and reflect. Ask yourself if this connection is adding value to your life or if it's merely surface level. And remember, true friendship is built on honesty, vulnerability, and mutual respect. Lesson 4: The Disengaged Listener. Are you tired of feeling like your words are falling on deaf ears? Ever had a conversation where you pour your heart out, but the other person seems mentally checked out? We've all been there. This is the world of the disengaged listener, where being present feels like a luxury. Imagine trying to connect with someone, but it feels like they're miles away. They might nod or smile, but you can tell their mind is elsewhere. It's like talking to a ghost, where your words vanish into thin air. But why does this happen? Sometimes people are just preoccupied with their own thoughts. Other times, they might not find the conversation interesting. Regardless of the reason, being on the receiving end feels lonely and frustrating. In a world where attention is a precious commodity, being truly listened to is like finding a diamond in the rough. Buddha emphasized the importance of presence and attentive listening. When someone is with you, they should be fully there, not just physically but mentally and emotionally too. So, how do we deal with disengaged listeners? First, we need to recognize the signs. It's often evident in their distant gaze or lack of response. Once identified, we can approach the situation with understanding rather than frustration. Setting the stage for meaningful communication involves being present ourselves. When we're fully engaged in the moment, we're better equipped to notice when others aren't. It's like tuning in to a frequency where connection thrives. Communication is a two-way street. Just as we want to be heard, we must also listen. By actively engaging with others, we create an environment where genuine exchange can occur. It's about reciprocating the respect we wish to receive. Sometimes the disengagement isn't intentional. People might be dealing with their own struggles or distractions. Showing empathy and compassion can go a long way in bridging the gap. Setting boundaries is crucial too. If someone consistently tunes out during conversations, it's okay to address it. Respectfully expressing how their behavior makes us feel opens the door to honest dialogue. In our fast-paced world, it's easy to get lost in our thoughts. But by making a conscious effort to be present, we enrich our connections and foster deeper understanding. It's about choosing quality over quantity in our interactions. Remember, it's not about blaming or shaming the disengaged listener. Instead, it's an opportunity to cultivate mindful communication habits and nurture meaningful relationships. So, let's strive to be present listeners in a world full of distractions. Together, we can create spaces where every voice is heard and valued. It starts with being here now. Lesson 5: The Energy Vampire. Have you ever met someone who seems to drain the life out of you every time you're around them? They might not be sucking your blood, but they're definitely sucking your energy. Welcome to the world of the energy vampire. These are the folks who always leave you feeling exhausted, even after a short conversation. It's like they have a black hole where their heart should be, absorbing all the positivity around them. Maybe you felt this drain after spending time with a friend or family member who constantly complains or brings up negative topics. Energy vampires come in many forms. Some are the eternal pessimists, always seeing the glass as half empty. Others are the drama queens or kings, turning every minor issue into a catastrophe. And then there are those who constantly seek validation or attention, leaving you feeling emotionally depleted. But why do they do this? Often, energy vampires are struggling with their own inner demons, insecurities, fears, or unresolved traumas. They may not even realize the toll they're taking on those around them. But that doesn't make it any less draining for you. So, how do you protect yourself from these energy-sucking vampires? Setting boundaries is crucial. Just like you wouldn't invite a real vampire into your home, you shouldn't let energy vampires have free rein over your emotions. Learn to recognize when someone is draining your energy and limit your exposure to them. It's also essential to prioritize self-care. Surround yourself with positive people who lift you up rather than bring you down. Engage in activities that recharge your batteries, whether it's spending time in nature, practicing mindfulness, or pursuing hobbies you enjoy. When you do find yourself in the company of an energy vampire, try to maintain your own emotional boundaries. Don't let their negativity seep into your psyche. Instead, practice compassion from a distance, understanding that their behavior stems from their own inner turmoil. And remember, it's okay to walk away from toxic relationships or friendships that drain your energy. Your mental and emotional well-being should always come first. By being mindful of who you allow into your life, you can protect yourself from the draining effects of energy vampires and preserve your precious energy for the things and people that truly matter. Lesson 6: The Constant Victim. Are you tired of being around someone who always plays the victim card? Picture this: you're having a conversation with them, and no matter what topic comes up, they somehow manage to turn it around to make themselves the center of pity. These are the constant victims, folks who seem to thrive on negativity and blame. You might have encountered them in your life, the ones who can't seem to take responsibility for their actions and always find an excuse for why things never go their way. Constant victims have mastered the art of playing the sympathy card. They'll narrate their life stories in a way that paints them as the perpetual victim, always at the mercy of circumstances or other people's actions. It's like they're stuck in a never-ending cycle of self-pity, and they want everyone else to join in their pity party. Being around constant victims can be draining. Their negative energy seeps into every conversation, leaving you feeling exhausted and helpless. It's like being trapped in a vortex of despair, with no way out. But here's the thing, you don't have to stay trapped. Buddha's teachings remind us of the power of self-awareness and personal responsibility. We are the masters of our own destinies, and we have the ability to shape our lives through our thoughts and actions. Constant victims, however, refuse to acknowledge this truth. They prefer to blame external factors for their misfortunes rather than taking charge of their own lives. So, how do we deal with constant victims? Firstly, it's essential to set boundaries. Limit the time you spend with them and be clear about what kind of conversations you're willing to engage in. Don't let yourself get sucked into their cycle of negativity. Secondly, practice empathy without enabling. Understand that constant victims may be struggling with their own inner demons, but don't let their struggles become an excuse for their behavior. Offer support and encouragement, but also encourage them to take ownership of their actions and work towards positive change. Lastly, prioritize your own well-being. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you, rather than drag you down with their constant victim mentality. Remember, you deserve to be surrounded by positivity and growth. In a world where it's easy to play the blame game and wallow in self-pity, let's strive to be the masters of our own destinies. Let's cultivate a mindset of resilience and empowerment, where we take ownership of our lives and embrace challenges as opportunities for growth. Together, we can break free from the shackles of victimhood and create a life filled with purpose and joy. Lesson 7: The Secret Keeper. Have you ever felt like someone in your life is always keeping secrets? Maybe they're your friend, your partner, or even a family member. It's like there's a locked door between you, and you can't quite figure out what's behind it. Well, you're not alone. Welcome to the world of the secret keeper, where mystery and intrigue often overshadow trust and transparency. Imagine sharing your thoughts and feelings with someone close to you, only to find out later that they've been hiding important information from you. It's like a punch in the gut, leaving you questioning everything you thought you knew about that person. Secret keepers thrive on keeping others in the dark, feeding off the power they feel from holding onto information. But why do they do it? Maybe they think they're protecting you, or maybe they enjoy the thrill of having something over your head. Whatever the reason, it can leave you feeling betrayed and disconnected. In a world where honesty is key to building strong relationships, secrets can be like poison, slowly eroding away trust until there's nothing left. So, how do we deal with secret keepers in our lives? Firstly, it's essential to recognize the signs. Are they always evasive when you ask them about certain topics? Do they seem overly secretive about their own lives? These could be red flags that you're dealing with a secret keeper. Once you've identified them, it's crucial to have open and honest communication. Let them know how their secrecy makes you feel and express your desire for a more transparent relationship. However, be prepared for resistance. Secret keepers are often reluctant to change their ways, fearing vulnerability or exposure. Setting boundaries is also essential when dealing with secret keepers. Let them know what you're comfortable with and what you're not. If they continue to withhold information or deceive you, it may be time to reevaluate the relationship altogether. But remember, not all secrets are harmful. It's okay to have privacy and boundaries in relationships. The key is finding a balance between respecting someone's right to privacy and maintaining open communication. In conclusion, navigating relationships with secret keepers can be challenging, but it's not impossible. By recognizing the signs, fostering open communication, and setting boundaries, you can create healthier, more trusting connections. So, don't let secrets overshadow your relationships. It's time to unlock the door and let the light in. Lesson 8: The Control Freak. Are you familiar with feeling like someone always wants to be in charge? Meet the control freak. This type of person just can't resist the urge to micromanage everything and everyone around them. It's like they have this need to be in control of every little detail, leaving no room for anyone else to breathe. Imagine trying to plan a simple outing with friends, only to have that one person take over and dictate every aspect of the plan. That's the control freak in action. They might disguise it as being helpful or organized, but really, it's about their need to call the shots. Dealing with a control freak can be exhausting. It feels like you're constantly walking on eggshells, afraid to make a move without their approval. And if things don't go according to their plan, well, get ready for a barrage of criticism and blame. But here's the thing about control freaks. Underneath all that need for control is often a deep-seated fear of uncertainty and change. They feel like they need to control everything around them to feel safe and secure. Understanding this can help us approach them with empathy rather than frustration. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with a control freak. Let them know that while you appreciate their input, you also value your autonomy. It's about finding a balance between respecting their need for control and asserting your own independence. Mindfulness plays a key role here too. By staying present in the moment, we can better navigate interactions with control freaks without getting swept up in their need for dominance. It's like having a shield of calmness that protects us from their power struggles. Communication is essential when dealing with control freaks. Express your thoughts and feelings calmly and assertively, without letting yourself be bulldozed by their need for control. It's about standing your ground while still showing empathy and understanding. Remember, it's okay to say no to unreasonable demands from control freaks. Your autonomy and well-being are important too. And if necessary, don't hesitate to distance yourself from toxic relationships where control becomes suffocating. Ultimately, dealing with control freaks teaches us valuable lessons in assertiveness, boundary setting, and empathy. It's about finding a way to coexist peacefully without sacrificing our own autonomy and freedom. So the next time you encounter a control freak, take a deep breath, stay grounded, and remember that you have the power to maintain your independence. Lesson 9: The Drama King/Queen. Do you ever feel like you're living in a soap opera, surrounded by dramatic twists and turns that never seem to end? Well, chances are you might have a drama king or queen in your life. These individuals have a knack for turning even the simplest of situations into a full-blown spectacle. Picture this. You're calmly discussing weekend plans, and suddenly, it feels like you're in the midst of a Shakespearean tragedy. Sound familiar? Now, drama isn't always reserved for the stage or screen. Sometimes, it can infiltrate our personal lives, wreaking havoc on our peace of mind. Drama kings and queens thrive on chaos and thrive on attention. They're the ones who turn molehills into mountains and can't seem to handle anything quietly or maturely. It's like they have an invisible script, and they're determined to make every interaction a spectacle. But here's the thing. Living in constant drama is exhausting. It drains our energy, strains our relationships, and distracts us from what truly matters. So, how do we deal with these theatrical individuals without getting swept up in the chaos? Firstly, it's essential to recognize the signs of drama-seeking behavior. These can include exaggerated reactions, constant crises, and a flair for the theatrical. Once we identify these patterns, we can take steps to protect our peace of mind. Setting boundaries is crucial. Just like actors have their stage, we need to establish clear boundaries that delineate where the drama begins and ends in our lives. Additionally, it's essential to practice mindfulness and emotional regulation. When faced with dramatic situations, we can choose how to respond. Instead of getting swept up in the theatrics, we can take a step back, breathe, and assess the situation calmly. By staying grounded in the present moment, we can avoid getting entangled in unnecessary drama. Furthermore, it's essential to maintain perspective. Drama kings and queens often thrive on attention and validation. By refusing to engage in their theatrics, we can deprive them of the audience they crave. Instead, we can focus on what truly matters to us and prioritize our emotional well-being. Ultimately, dealing with drama kings and queens requires patience, compassion, and a healthy dose of self-awareness. By recognizing their patterns, setting boundaries, and staying grounded in the present moment, we can navigate their theatrics with grace and resilience. So, the next time you feel like you're starring in your very own soap opera, remember, you have the power to rewrite the script and reclaim your peace of mind. Lesson 10: The Opportunist. In a world full of opportunities, there lurks a character who knows just how to seize them for their own gain. We're talking about the opportunist, the master of spotting chances and exploiting them. Imagine this. You're in a group project, and suddenly, someone swoops in to take all the credit for your hard work. That's the opportunist at play, always on the lookout for ways to benefit themselves, even if it means stepping on others. These individuals have a keen eye for advantage, whether it's in business, relationships, or everyday interactions. They're like chameleons, adapting their colors to blend in wherever they see fit. But behind the facade lies a selfish agenda, driven by a desire for personal gain at any cost. What makes the opportunist dangerous is their ability to cloak their intentions under a guise of charm and friendliness. They'll smile to your face while plotting their next move behind your back. It's a game of manipulation, where the rules are bent to serve their interests, leaving others feeling used and betrayed. But here's the twist. Sometimes we might unknowingly slip into opportunistic behavior ourselves. Maybe it's the allure of a shortcut to success or the temptation to get ahead at any cost. Understanding this darker side of human nature is the first step towards guarding ourselves against its influence. So, how do we deal with the opportunist? Firstly, we need to sharpen our awareness and recognize their tactics. By staying vigilant, we can spot the signs of manipulation and protect ourselves from falling into their traps. Setting boundaries is crucial when dealing with opportunistic individuals. We must learn to assert ourselves and stand firm against any attempts to exploit or manipulate us. It's about reclaiming our power and refusing to be mere pawns in someone else's game. Furthermore, fostering genuine connections based on trust and mutual respect can serve as a shield against opportunistic behavior. Surrounding ourselves with people who value integrity and authenticity creates a supportive network that uplifts rather than undermines. Ultimately, defeating the opportunist requires us to embody integrity and ethical conduct in all our dealings. By staying true to our values and refusing to compromise our principles, we become impervious to the allure of opportunism. So, let's stay vigilant, let's stay true to ourselves, and let's build a world where integrity triumphs over exploitation. Together, we can outsmart the opportunist and pave the way for a brighter, more ethical future. Conclusion: embrace wisdom and kindness for a fulfilling life. In the whirlwind of life, surrounded by a myriad of personalities, it's easy to feel overwhelmed. But fear not, for with awareness and understanding, you hold the power to navigate these diverse characters with grace and wisdom. As our journey together comes to an end, let's recap the invaluable insights we've uncovered. Imagine a world where trust and respect flourish like vibrant flowers in a garden, where every interaction leaves a positive imprint on our hearts. This world is within our reach, but it requires discernment and courage to cultivate it. We've learned to identify the manipulative individuals who seek to control and deceive, to set boundaries that safeguard our peace of mind. We've recognized the chronic criticizers and gossip mongers, understanding their insecurities and choosing kindness in response. The superficially friendly may charm with their smiles, but beneath the surface lies the opportunity to seek deeper connections built on authenticity and truth. And when faced with disengaged listeners, we've embraced the power of active presence, nurturing meaningful conversations that enrich our lives. But our journey doesn't end here. We've only scratched the surface of the intricate tapestry of human interactions. Ahead lies the path to encountering energy vampires who drain our vitality, constant victims who refuse to take responsibility, and secret keepers who shroud themselves in mystery. We'll navigate the waters of relationships with the wisdom of the control freaks, the drama kings and queens, and the opportunists. Each encounter is an opportunity for growth, a chance to embody the teachings of Buddha and spread kindness like wildfire. So, dear viewer, as you embark on your own journey, remember this: you hold the key to your happiness and fulfillment. Surround yourself with those who uplift and inspire you, who reflect the light of your own inner wisdom. Let compassion be your compass, guiding you through the twists and turns of life's intricate dance. And as you tread the path of enlightenment, may you shine brightly, illuminating the way for others to follow. Together, let us weave a tapestry of love, kindness, and understanding, transforming the world one relationship at a time. Thank you for joining us on this journey of discovery and growth. Until we meet again, may you be blessed with peace, joy, and boundless wisdom.